Last spring I planted 3 plants near the terrace, and the incredible happened. We stopped swatting mosquitoes every 5 seconds and were finally able to enjoy our evenings outdoors. No citronella candles, no chemical sprays that burn your lungs. Just peace. My neighbor thought I was using the secret pest control service. Today I will reveal 10 plants that will transform your yard into a mosquito-free area. The 7th of them is probably growing wild near you right now, completely free. These plants contain chemical compounds that mosquitoes perceive as a danger signal. Nature has already created the ideal protection system, and it is sold in any garden center. For $10, you'll get years of protection without a single chemical spray. In a few weeks, your yard will become a place where mosquitoes simply cannot be. Mosquitoes are more than just annoying insects. They destroy relationships, kill the barbecue atmosphere, and turn peaceful evenings into pure torture. You invest time and money into creating the perfect outdoor space, only to have these tiny vampires claim it as their territory. Every summer, millions of people spend hundreds of dollars on repellents, sprays, and pest control services that provide only temporary relief. But what if I told you that nature has already created a perfect defense system? Many plants produce secondary metabolites, aromatic oils specifically designed to repel insect pests. The World Health Organization recognizes mosquitoes as the deadliest animals on Earth due to their role in the spread of malaria, dengue fever, and West Nile virus. Even in temperate regions, they significantly reduce outdoor activity and living comfort. These 10 plants use the same chemical compounds as commercial repellents, but produce them naturally. Mosquitoes detect these odors from several meters away and actively avoid them. The first plant is Monarda fistulata, also known as wild bergamot. Most of you have probably never heard of this absolute force of nature. This North American perennial grows as if it has something to prove. Fast, hardy, and completely indifferent to poor soil. Monarda palmata contains thymol, the same compound found in commercial insect repellents. Mosquitoes catch the smell of this substance and immediately change their flight path. The beauty of Monarda is its drought tolerance, meaning you won't have to constantly water it. Plant it in full sun, provide decent drainage, and watch it thrive. It spreads through underground shoots so that within one season you have natural mosquito barriers throughout your yard. These purple and white flowers are gorgeous. They attract bees and butterflies while repelling the bugs you really hate. Crush a few leaves between your fingers before heading out in the evening. Rub them on your ankles and wrists for an instant, free repellent. The second plant may surprise you. Catnip. Yes, the same plant that turns your cat into a euphoric acrobat is actually a mosquito's worst nightmare. An Iowa State University study found that nepetalactone, the oil in catnip, was 10 times more effective at repelling mosquitoes than diethyltoluamide. 10 times. Let that sink in. Before you start worrying about the neighborhood cats having parties in your garden, let us put your mind at ease. Although cats love dried, crushed leaves, they are much less attracted to the growing plant. You can plant catnip along walkways, near seating areas, or in containers on your deck. It grows to 60 to 90 centimeters in height, with beautiful lavender flowers that bloom all summer. Every time you walk past it, these oils are released into the air, creating an invisible shield around your space. And if you have cats, collect some leaves, dry them, and get free cat toys. Marigolds come in third on our list. They're no longer just flowers for your grandma's flower bed. They're true mosquito warriors. These bright, cheerful flowers contain pyrethrum, a compound used in many insect repellents. Mosquitoes absolutely hate this smell, but people only smell the sun and summer. Plant marigolds in pots near entrances, windows, and doors. They create a natural barrier that mosquitoes will not cross. I frame my entire deck with them, and the difference is amazing. Choose French or Mexican varieties for maximum flavor strength. Water them regularly. Remove spent flowers to encourage new blooms, and you'll have months of protection for a total cost of about $20. Bonus: marigolds also repel aphids, whiteflies, and even some beetles, making them garden guardians in every sense of the word. They thrive in full sun and actually bloom more profusely when the weather warms up, just when mosquito season is at its peak. Melissa officinalis comes in at number 4 and is a criminally underrated herb. It belongs to the mint family, which means it grows with the same enthusiastic energy. The leaves smell like lemon drops, but mosquitoes interpret the scent as a threat and avoid it completely. Melissa contains citronellal and geraniol, compounds known for their insecticidal properties. Plant lemon balm in containers to control its spread, because trust me, it will take over the entire space if given the chance. Place these containers strategically around your outdoor seating areas. When sitting outside, take a leaf, crush it lightly, and rub it on your exposed skin. A natural repellent that smells amazing and doesn't cost anything beyond the initial purchase of the plant. The genius part is that lemon balm attracts beneficial insects such as bees and butterflies while repelling mosquitoes. It's like having a security guard at your garden party who only lets good guests through. Plus, you can harvest the leaves for tea, cooking, or homemade bug spray. One plant, multiple uses, maximum value. Basil comes in at number 5. And before you say, obviously, hear me out. Most people don't realize that certain varieties of basil are significantly more effective than others against mosquitoes. Lemon basil, lime basil, and cinnamon basil produce oils that mosquitoes find especially disgusting. Their aroma is stronger, sharper, and much more effective than regular sweet basil. These varieties contain eugenol and linalool, giving them an enhanced aroma profile. Plant basil in pots near your outdoor kitchen or dining table. Every time you cook, you release these protective oils into the air. Plus, you grow free ingredients for your dishes. I have 4 basil plants on my deck, 2 lemon, 2 cinnamon, and we really don't see mosquitoes in that area anymore. Basil needs warmth and sun to thrive, but is otherwise unpretentious. Here's a money-saving trick. Buy one plant from a nursery, then propagate it. Take 10 centimeter cuttings, place them in water until roots form, then plant. One $10 basil plant turns into 4 free mosquito repellents in about 3 weeks. Lavender claims 6th place, and this Mediterranean beauty is working overtime in your yard. The same oils that make lavender smell divine to us, linalool and camphor, are absolutely disgusting to mosquitoes. Mosquitoes won't even fly through areas where lavender is in bloom. Plant lavender in full sun with excellent drainage. It is drought-tolerant once established, meaning minimal watering and maximum exposure. I have a lavender border along my entire backyard fence, and it creates this invisible barrier that mosquitoes just won't cross. Plus, the purple flowers are stunning from June to August. Collect stems when the flowers are in full bloom. Dry them and place bunches near doorways or windows. A natural mosquito repellent that doubles as home decor. You can also make sachets for boxes or add them to fire pits for a flavorful smoke. Lavender thrives on neglect. Seriously, the less you mess with it, the better it works. Just give it sun, good drainage, and annual pruning, and it will reward you with years of protection and beauty. The 7th place is occupied by wild bergamot, also called monarda. That's why this plant is special. It's probably already growing in your area, which means free plants if you know where to look. This native perennial produces compounds similar to citronella, but much more potent. Mosquitoes detect it from a distance of several meters and actively avoid it. Wild bergamot grows from 90 to 120 centimeters in height, with shaggy pink, purple, or red flowers that bloom all summer. It attracts hummingbirds and butterflies like crazy while repelling the mosquitoes you hate. Planted in groups for maximum impact, 3 or 5 plants together create a serious containment zone. The best part? It's native to North America, so it's perfectly adapted to our climatic extremes. Drought is not a problem. Summer heat is welcome. Poor soil will still grow. This is the definition of a set-it-and-forget-it solution. Divide established groups every 3 years to create more plants. One monarda from the nursery becomes a dozen free plants over time. Rosemary comes in at number 8, and if you're already growing it for cooking, you're ahead of the game. This woody herb releases oils that confuse mosquitoes' sensory systems. They literally can't detect you when the scent of rosemary is in the air. Grow rosemary in pots so you can move it around depending on where you spend your time. If you're grilling tonight, place rosemary next to the grill. And if you're dining on the patio, surround your table with it. Here's a trick I learned from a friend in Italy. Throw fresh sprigs of rosemary directly onto hot coals or into the fire pit. The smoke carries these mosquito-repellent oils throughout your outdoor space, leaving everyone downwind protected. Rosemary needs full sun and well-drained soil. In colder climates, treat it as an annual, or bring pots indoors for the winter. In warmer zones, it will grow into a substantial shrub that provides year-round protection. Prune it regularly for cooking, which also promotes bushier growth and more oil production. Your yard will smell like a Tuscan garden, and you will be invisible to mosquitoes. The flea in ninth place is the nuclear option. This low-growing relative of mint contains pelargone, one of the most powerful natural mosquito repellents known to science. Even scientific research confirms that its effectiveness rivals that of synthetic chemicals. Mosquitoes won't go near it. But an important note: flea beetles are toxic when consumed in large quantities. Keep it away from pets and children who may chew on the plants. But as an open border or ground cover in mature areas, it's unbeatable. Plant flea beetle along paths, around decks, or as filler between slabs. Every time someone steps on it, these oils are released and create a protective cloud. It stays low at just about 15 centimeters in height, so it won't block views or take over your garden design. It spreads quickly through shoots, making it ideal for inexpensive coverage of large areas. Buy 3 plants, and within 1 season, you will have a cover of 3 to 4.5 meters. Water it regularly and provide partial shade in hot climates. The mosquito repellent effect is immediate and powerful. Finally, the 10th place is occupied by onion plants. We're talking about garlic, onions, chives, and their ornamental relatives. These plants contain sulfur compounds that mosquitoes find absolutely intolerable. The smell that makes us hungry for Italian food makes mosquitoes fly in the opposite direction. Ornamental alliums are your best bet for ornamental mosquito control. They produce these stunning purple, white, or pink spherical flowers on tall stems. Plant them in clusters throughout your garden beds, and you have both beauty and functionality. They bloom in late spring and early summer, just when mosquito populations begin to explode. For edible options, plant garlic and onions around your vegetable garden. They protect your crops, protecting you. Chives work well as a border plant and remain evergreen in many climates, providing year-round protection in mild regions. Alliums need full sun and decent drainage. Plant bulbs in the fall for spring blooms. They multiply over time so that your initial investment continues to pay dividends year after year. Now here's how to maximize your results. First, layer these plants. Don't just place one type in one place, but combine them strategically. Marigolds and basil next to the terrace, lavender and rosemary along the paths, monarda and wild bergamot in the garden beds. Overlapping scents create areas where mosquitoes simply won't dare appear. Second, plant in clusters rather than individual specimens. 3 basil plants together release more protective oils than 1 plant spread thinly. Planting in groups enhances the effectiveness, creating a better visual effect. Third, place plants upwind of where you spend time. If prevailing winds blow from west to east, place your mosquito repellent plants on the west side of your deck. The wind will carry those protective oils right to where you sit. Fourth, mash the leaves occasionally to release fresh oils. Before guests arrive, spend 30 seconds walking around, kneading the leaves. This refreshes the protective barrier and ensures maximum effectiveness. Finally, remember that mosquitoes breed in standing water. These plants are brilliant at repelling adult mosquitoes, but for complete control, eliminate breeding sites. Empty saucers under pots, clean gutters, and turn over anything that collects rainwater. Mosquitoes need standing water to develop their larvae. Without it, populations cannot sustain themselves. Here's your arsenal of 10 powerful plants that will reclaim your yard from the tyranny of mosquitoes without draining your bank account. Most cost less than $10 per plant and last for years. Pennies compared to what you'd spend on repellents, candles, and sprays that barely work. One $8 monarda plant becomes a dozen plants in 3 years through natural propagation. Basil propagates from cuttings in weeks. Your initial $50 investment turns into $500 worth of comprehensive protection. These plants do more than repel mosquitoes. They attract beneficial pollinators, provide fresh herbs for the kitchen, create beautiful landscaping, and increase property value. Natural protection that improves your life in every way, while saving you money every season. You have a complete plan to transform your yard into a mosquito-free sanctuary by harnessing the power of plants' natural defense mechanisms, from the thymol in Monarda to the sulfur compounds in alliums. Each plant contributes unique chemical compounds to your army of defense. Imagine summer evenings without the constant flapping of your arms, barbecues without running into the house every 5 minutes, quiet moments in the garden without the buzzing in your ears. These 10 plants can create this reality for the cost of 1 month of chemical repellents. Start with 3 plants that best suit your climate and space. Lavender and rosemary for sunny terraces, lemon balm and basil for container gardens, monarda and wild bergamot for natural landscapes. Within 6 weeks, you will notice a dramatic decrease in mosquito activity in these areas. By the end of the first season, you will have established plants producing protective oils at peak levels. Your investment will pay off not only in comfort, but also in money. No more weekly trips to buy bug spray, no more expensive candles that burn out in hours, no more monthly bills from pest control services. Simply natural, beautiful, cost-effective protection that gets better every year.